The Atlantic Immigration Pilot is a pathway to permanent residence for skilled foreign workers and international graduates who want to work and live in one of Canada's 4 Atlantic provinces: Newfoundland and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. This is an employer-driven program designed to help employers in Atlantic Canada hire qualified candidates for jobs they have been unable to fill locally. To immigrate to Atlantic Canada through the pilot, you must be a recent graduate of a publicly funded institution in Atlantic Canada, or a skilled worker who meets the program requirements. You can be living abroad or already be in Canada temporarily. You must receive a job offer from a designated employer in Atlantic Canada to participate in the pilot. If you receive a job offer from an employer, ask for a copy of the employer's confirmation of designation, or tell them about the Atlantic Immigration Pilot and ask them to consider becoming designated, if they aren't already. As of June 1st, 2019, your spouse or common law partner can apply for an open work permit if you have a work permit through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot, and your job is listed as skill type 0 or skill level A, B or C in the National Occupation Classification. How to find your job title, code and skill type.
Find the NOC information that best matches your jobs. 1. Click Search by Job Title. 2. Enter your job title in search bar. Then click Search. Example job title, gas fitter. 3. Enter your job title in the Filter Items field. As you type words, the table will change to display related words. 4. Click the matching job titles shown on title column. Check if your job title is included in that group. Example, gas fitter. 5. Note the numeric code shown on the unit group column. For example, 7253. 6. Note the NOC title shown on the unit group column. For example, gas fitters. 7. Note the skill level or type shown on skill level column. For example, B. 8. Click Choose the unit group that best match your job title. Read and make sure the main duties listed match what you did at your job. If they don't, you'll need to find a different job title with duties that match yours. NOC website link is available in this video's description to find out your NOC skill level by job title. What are the pilot's requirements?
There are 3 programs in the pilot: Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program, Atlantic High Skilled Program, and Atlantic International Graduate Program that employers can hire you through. You may qualify for more than one program, but you can only apply through one. For all 3 programs, you have to show proof that you meet the language, education, and work experience requirements, and that you have enough money to support you and your family when you come to Canada. How to find an employer and get a job offer.
You must receive a job offer from a designated employer in Atlantic Canada to participate in the pilot. IRCC don't match you with open jobs. To see a list of designated employers participating in the pilot, check the link in this video's description. When a designated employer offers you a job, they'll give you an offer of employment to A4 in national form. You must make sure you meet the employment requirements listed in the National Occupational Classification or NOC. Your job offer doesn't need to be in the same field as other jobs you've had. Make sure you qualify for the program the employer selected in the job offer: high skilled, intermediate skilled, or international graduate program. Sign the offer of employment to a foreign national form and keep a copy for your records. You'll need it when you work with a service provider organization on your settlement plan and for your permanent residence application. What is the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program?
In general, you must have worked in a job that requires a high school education and/or job-specific training for at least a year. Have at least a Canadian high school diploma or equivalent education. Take a language test to show you can communicate in English or French. Show you can support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. The employer must also meet certain requirements. What is the Atlantic High Skilled Program?
In general, you must have worked in a management, professional or technical skilled job for at least a year. Have at least a Canadian high school diploma or equivalent education. Take a language test to show you can communicate in English or French. Show you can support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. The employer must also meet certain requirements. What is the Atlantic International Graduate Program?
In general, you must have a degree, diploma, or other credential from a publicly funded institution in an Atlantic province. Have lived in an Atlantic province for at least 16 months in the 2 years before getting your degree, diploma, or credential. Take a language test to show you can communicate in English or French. Show you can support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. Work experience is not required for international graduates hired through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot. The employer must also meet certain requirements. What are the important things do you need for your PR application?
Start gathering your documents now. You should get the documents early to avoid delays when you apply for your permanent residence in Atlantic Canada. 1. Language. You must take a language test and send the results with your application. You must do this even if you studied in Canada. 2. Education. If you studied outside Canada, you need an educational credential assessment report. This shows how your education compares to a Canadian one. It's easier to get this document while still in your home country. 3. Proof of funds. When you arrive in Canada, you need enough money to support yourself. How much money you should have in your family. Find out when you arrive in Canada. 4. Other documents. There are other documents you must include in your application. Each program has an application guide with a checklist of all the documents and forms you must submit. You can start filling in your application now, but don't submit it until you have all of the required documents. 5. Get a settlement plan. After you get a job offer from a designated employer, you need to get a settlement plan. A settlement plan will help you and your family adjust to your new home in Atlantic Canada. It will provide you with useful resources and contacts to help you feel welcome in your new community. These plans are free. If you're already in Canada, you must work with a settlement service provider organization in the region where you'll be working. Your designated employer can help you find one. If you're outside Canada, there are several settlement service provider organizations in Canada you can contact. Check with your designated employer for recommendations. Settlement service provider organizations don't know which employers are looking for workers. Don't contact them to find a job. Once you have your settlement plan, give a copy to your employer and keep a copy for yourself. If you're not in Canada, bring the plan with you when you move to Canada. 6. Get your certificate of endorsement. After you have your settlement plan, the province must endorse your job offer. Your employer will handle this process. Don't submit your permanent residence application until you confirm with the employer that your offer has been endorsed. If the province endorses your job offer, you'll get a certificate of endorsement in the mail. Include your endorsement certificate with your permanent residence application.
What to do next after completing all the documents?
Submit your application for permanent residence. Choose the application package for the program you'll be applying through. High-skilled workers, intermediate skilled workers, and international graduates. The application package includes the instruction guide and all the forms you need to fill out, including these Atlantic Immigration Pilot documents. Offer of employment to a foreign national. and certificate of endorsement. Biometrics.
You may need to give your biometrics. In most cases, you now need to give your fingerprints and photo biometrics after you apply. As a temporary measure, IRCC made some changes to biometrics requirements. You may be exempt from having to give your biometrics. If you're not exempt and you have your biometric instruction letter, bill, you can make an appointment to give your biometrics at a designated Service Canada office. Most designated Service Canada offices are open again for biometric collection services.
Biometrics exemption for temporary residence applicants in Canada.
As a temporary measure, you're exempt from giving biometrics if you're both of the following: in Canada, and applying, or have an application in progress to extend your stay as a student, worker, or visitor, to restore your status as a student, worker, or visitor, for a work or study permit, for a visitor visa, for a temporary resident permit. This exemption applies even if your application form for a work permit, study permit, or visitor visa says it's for applicants outside Canada. IRCC online application system asks you to pay a biometric fee, 85 Canadian dollars. This exemption does not apply if you're outside Canada.
Biometrics exemption for permanent residence applicants who have given biometrics within the last 10 years.
As a temporary measure, you're exempt from giving biometrics if you have both of the following: already applied or are applying for permanent residence. Given your biometrics within the last 10 years. Biometric fee. If you meet one of the stated two exemptions, you don't have to pay the biometric fee when you submit your application, even if the system tells you to pay it. If you paid the fee, IRCC will automatically refund it once they finalize your application.
Who needs to give biometrics?
Permanent residence applicants who have not given biometrics within the last 10 years. Designated Service Canada centres have resumed biometrics collection services for permanent residence applicants who have received a biometric instruction letter, bill, and have not given their biometrics within the last 10 years. Biometrics collection services are currently available only for permanent residence applicants who have a scheduled appointment.
How to book an appointment to give biometrics?
As of November 30th, 2020, if you got a biometric instruction letter, bill, and are not exempt from the requirement to give your biometrics, you can use the Service Canada appointment system to schedule your appointment. Your application won't be refused or closed if you can't give your biometrics within the deadline indicated on your bill, 30 or 90 days. You don't need a new bill to make an appointment, and there is no additional fee to pay. Don't go to a Service Canada centre unless you have a scheduled appointment. If you miss your scheduled appointment for any reason, including reasons related to COVID-19, you can make a new appointment using the Service Canada appointment system.
What to bring to your biometrics appointment?
Bring your bill and your passport or travel document with you to your appointment.
Health and safety measures.
Someone will greet you when you arrive at the Service Canada office. You must respect physical distancing measures. Non-medical face masks are required, and hand sanitizer will be available. IRCC will provide materials to clean the biometrics collection equipment before you use it. Service will be as contact-free as possible. Do not visit a Service Canada office if you have symptoms of COVID-19, including a fever, a cough, or difficulty breathing. Had contact with a confirmed case of COVID-19 in the past 14 days. Been instructed by local public health authorities to self-isolate due to travel or contact history.
Biometrics collection outside Canada. Biometrics exemption for permanent residence applicants who have given biometrics within the last 10 years.
As a temporary measure, you're exempt from giving biometrics if you are now applying or have already applied for permanent residence from in or outside Canada, have already given your biometrics within the last 10 years. Biometric fee. You don't have to pay the biometric fee when you submit your application, even if the system tells you to pay it. If you paid the fee, IRCC will automatically refund it once they finalize your application.
Extension of biometrics deadline for applicants who have not given biometrics within the last 10 years.
If the biometrics collection site closest to you is closed, IRCC will automatically extend your deadline to give your biometrics. You don't have to give your biometrics until the sites start offering collection services again. This applies to you, even if your biometrics instruction letter, bill, says you have 30 or 90 days. You don't have to contact IRCC for this extension, and you don't need a new bill to make another appointment when sites reopen. Bring your original bill to your new appointment to show proof of payment, if you have a biometrics appointment scheduled. At a VAC, the VAC will tell you if your appointment is canceled. At a USASC, some ASCs are starting to reopen. As biometrics collection resume, you'll have to make a new appointment at a VAC or ASC. You won't need a new bill. Check the VAC or ASC website the day of your appointment to make sure it's open. When biometrics collection services resume, you can give your biometrics, even if you can't travel to Canada yet. VACs and ASCs are starting to reopen slowly. Keep visiting canada.ca/biometrics for updates on when biometrics collection will start again. You should book an appointment as soon as the site closest to you starts offering the service again. You just need to pay the biometric fee, 85 Canadian dollars. Once you give your biometrics, the biometric fee is non-refundable. If you apply for temporary residence, your biometrics are valid for 10 years, can be used for another visitor visa, study permit or work permit application.